This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sean Preston.
Welcome to today's episode of the Good Neighbors Podcast. Today we have a good neighbor with us. His name is Roger Gray from Coldwell Banker. Roger, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good. A little early, but we're good.
I know I did my first one with Jeff, 9 o'clock in the morning. I think halfway through the podcast, that's all you saw me do was just sipping my coffee. I didn't get to have my 2 coffees yet for the day, right?
Yeah, I'm got my first one with me right now.
How's the weekend? You get up to anything good or what?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Just it was kind of quiet. My wife's down in Mexico, so just doing a few things, visiting some friends and stuff. But that was about it.
Yeah, you're telling me a little bit about that. Whereabouts in Mexico are you headed?
Heading down to Puerto Vallarta later today, actually, which will be nice. Meet up with the wife. She's down there with a friend, so me and her friend's husband are leaving later today.
Well, that'll be good. I'm jealous. And I looked out the back door this morning, and it's all you saw was snow. So I think you'll be excited to get out of here. Yeah,
a little bit of dusting. Yeah, it should be nice and warm down there, so which is good.
So Roger, tell us a little bit about your business.
I'm a local real estate agent. Work out of the Barrie office, the Coldwell Banker, the real estate center. Cover pretty much all of Simcoe County and a little bit of in Toronto or wherever. Just helped a person purchase a business in Waterloo, actually. So it was kind of nice. We just lifted all the conditions and they're all set to go.
Do you have a limitation on as far as you'll go? You stick within the province, or you go across Canada as well?
No, we can only do Ontario based on our license. But obviously with the way technology is today and referrals, and with Coldwell Banker, we have 8 offices across Southern Ontario. So there's always easy to find another agent to work with in that area that we can refer to help us out as well. So with technology, it makes it pretty good. But with this one, we went out to Waterloo, so not too far, helped them out and got them all set and purchased a business for them.
You talk about technology. I'm decently technologically savvy. Kind of something new comes out, I like to dive into it and get a grasp on what it is. And it certainly has made some things a lot more easier, but some other things not so much. What have you, as a realtor, from that perspective, maybe enjoyed or didn't enjoy about technology as it's kind of changed the landscape for a lot of businesses?
Well, I guess the like anything with the technology, especially real estate, it takes a little bit more of the personal touch out of it. But the good and the bad, obviously it saves us maybe having to drive over to someone's house at 11 o'clock at night to get them to sign some papers when we can send it via email, DocuSign or whatever program that's being used by that brokerage. So that makes it easier. And again, obviously, with the technology being a good thing, you see a lot of agents, again, because of this and staying in touch through the technology and email, being able to travel, take their work with them, right? So again, could be in Mexico for 2 or 3 weeks. And if I had listings, then I don't really need to be there. But again, because of the referral base and the way it works, it's easy to tap somebody in for some extra help if needed.
Yeah, no, 100%. So tell our listeners about your journey. How did you get into this business? I know, obviously, we work together. But for our listeners that don't know, let us know what your journey was like.
Yeah, so I'm actually an electrician by trade and was involved in ICI construction for 20 years and moved up to actually Wasaga Beach when my family was very young and make a change in lifestyle. And doing that, I did some general contracting and different things, purchased some properties in Wasaga and then developed them. One into condominiums, another one we were looking into townhouses. Anyway, sold that off and got in the golf business. And if anybody's a golfer, you'll know that, golf probably about maybe 10 years started to fade a bit, little sideways. Obviously, the economy So we were looking at going to a 12-hole concept and develop part of our golf course. And I've always kind of been dabbling in real estate with rental properties and stuff. But anyways, that kind of went sideways, and I had to make a big shift. Went back kind of to the trades a bit, but thought at that point I've done a lot of investment with real estate that I should get my license. So I've got my license. So, I offer people basically, 20 years of construction background through commercial and housing. So I know when we go through a home or a building, what to look for, what not to look for in that experience. And then obviously being an investor into real estate as well with rental properties. I have that background knowledge as well. And I think the biggest thing is helping people do the proper due diligence and making sure they're protecting themselves going in. So one of the advantages of obviously having a real estate agent that has that type of experience definitely helps. So even with my last client, I mean, just a couple of little tips that, we probably saved them a couple of $1,000s in credit score fees and things like that they were asking for. So we kind of did things a little differently and saved them some money and still got the information that was required.
Definitely sounds like a pretty nice competitive advantage to be able to have that experience and give somebody maybe a bit of a different experience that if somebody didn't have that type of background would go a long way with a lot of people. So nice to see
especially when you're looking at homes. I mean, the biggest thing is to be looking at the right things when you're going through it. And, obviously a lot of beautiful homes out there and some are older, and you want to make sure that the term is good bones, right? A good foundation and a good solid mechanical systems and electrical and things like that. So, if you can go in looking at those and, you don't notice any water damage, things like that, it helps with that initial review of the home.
So what are you doing for fun these days? If you're not working on the business or in the business, what does that look like?
I obviously, in the golf business, I like to golf, and I'll be taking my clubs with me down to Mexico, but I do like the winter months. I used to sled, don't do that as much anymore, but I continue to play hockey. I play usually once or twice a week. I do that, and I actually like to swim. So as the body gets a bit older, I have a tendency. I like to go swimming. So I joined a local fitness center here, LA Fitness here on Cundles there, and I try to go there a couple of times a week to get some swimming in as well.
Oh, that's definitely, swimming is one of the best things that you can do for your body. It just gets to work like every single muscle in your body and gives you a good cardiovascular workout as well too. So you're pretty much getting a little bit of everything. So it's safe to say then, Roger, you're pretty fit for a young man of your age.
I would. Yeah, as fit as I guess I want to be. I mean, you can always be more, but you have to live life as well, right? So have to
100%.
a little bit.
And we'll definitely have to get you out on the golf course, as I love to play golf as well. And with your experience and a bunch of being a previous owner for a golf course, I think that would be fun. I would have way too many questions to be able to ask you on this show that I'll have to ask you off the air when we get to go do that, as I'm a curious cat when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah, I look
so
forward to it.
can you describe a hardship or a life challenge that you rose above that you can now say, because of that challenge, you're better for it, or maybe you're stronger for it?
Well, yeah, and I kind of touched on a little bit with the golf course. We were doing quite well. Obviously the golf business had a bit of a downturn, and like most people probably know, you're sitting on a lot of acreage. So the big thing was we were going to try and build 100 homes, and got involved with a developer, builder, and some other people. At one point we were buying up more golf courses. So I partnered in with a group, but the builder went sideways. And when that happened, I got caught up with all that and ended up losing the golf course. So we declared bankruptcy. And so that was a big change in our lifestyle and how we lived our lives. And so I wanted to get back to kind of being in business for myself. And I thought that this is kind of an easy way. Not an easy way. I mean, obviously, real estate's not that easy, but I thought that transition would be good because of, the background and what we've done in investing in real estate ourselves. And so I was just trying to parlay things, and that kind of fell apart. And so we had to do that. And when that all happened, that's what kind of made us kind of make our move this way. My wife has worked for the board office right here in Midhurst. And so it brought us back this way. Our children were getting ready to go off to college and university. So made it easier for trips to Toronto and things. So it brought us closer to Barrie, and a little convenience, and which is nice.
Sometimes they say everything happens for a reason. Talked a little bit about it on the last show. I was on with Jeff when I was his co-host on the show, and coming from what I had before, and plummeting financially through the echoes hardship of COVID and what that brought to a lot of different people here, and then just the mental struggles that you go with, trying to rebuild your life, and the financial stress and anxiety that comes along with that. And, when you have a family as well too, and have to provide for them as well, is definitely, a very, very kind of trial and tribulation, difficult thing to do. So nice to see that you managed to crawl back from that. And things are going really well.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, family is the big thing. And, when you go through some of these struggles, which, probably some of the listeners have gone through, even like yourself, and family are important. And, like, how's the word say it? It like to be said for that saying that as long as you have your family and your health, then you've got everything. And you realize that sometimes some of those other things aren't quite as important as maybe they need as you think they are. And, we've got a new grandson in our family too. So all these little things are all blessings, and you have to realize what you've got, and not worry so much about what you lost.
100%. And that's a good transition. You answered one of the probably, multiple, but tell us a little bit about your family.
Yeah, so I have a son. He's probably 27 now, so he's actually in environmental field, and he's had a little baby. I guess he's about 18, 19 months now, and
congratulations.
So yeah, he's a little bundle of joy, a little happy guy running around all the time. So we got a hockey stick and a golf club in his hands already. So that's
a boy.
And I have twin girls, so. Both of them went to Ryerson, and one's just working now with sick kids. She's in the social work area. So she's got a contract down with Sick Kids Hospital, which is great, in Toronto. And then my other daughter, her twin, is in her last semester here doing law school down in Windsor. So she's taking the dual program with Windsor and Detroit. So, which will be nice. She'll actually be able to write for both licenses, American and Canadian. And so it'll be nice when she's home back in May, and she's got a position with the local law firm here in Barrie already. So that's which is nice to do some articling with.
I don't know if people caught that. They might have to rewatch that. But you said the word twins. You have twin girls.
Twin girls, yeah. It was we actually, when we were expecting, we thought we were only having one, and my wife was having a couple issues with the pregnancy, and went in and found out that I phoned her up and said, "How are things?" And she said, "Well, we got good news and bad news." And she goes, "What do you want to hear first?" And I said, "Well, it doesn't really matter." She goes, "Well, we lost one and have two." So we were expecting triplets at the time, and
wow.
But yeah, we've been blessed with twin girls, and they both have some nice boyfriends now. So everybody's growing up and kind of moving on a little bit. So, which is next stage of life, I guess.
It's all good when you don't have to bring the iron fist down, from the dad perspective, when, the girls got some good, good significant others. So that's always nice. Nice to see.
Yeah.
Okay, Roger. One thing maybe that you would wish that the listeners maybe knew about the real estate business, what would that be?
What they knew or they want to know? I mean, well, I mean, there's always those misconceptions, and I mean, not now. Like, there's been some big changes to real estate, and they've brought in some more laws and things. And I guess the biggest thing is that, you know, when people want to sell, I mean, there's a lot of people that you know, need some direction. It's just like the couple that I help with the business. And it's using the expertise and the knowledge that we have to help guide people. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still in control of everything, but it's using those, like anything, using an electrician, using a plumber, you're doing whatever. You can try and do some plumbing yourself or some electrical yourself, or you can bring in the right person to help you along, that know the little ins and outs and the little tricks that, and not so much tricks, but you know what I mean, the little evidence that we know and can help bring to the table.
Oh, 100%. And how can the listeners know more about you, your contact information? If somebody wants to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our office is right on Dunlop Street, Coldwell Banker, the real estate center. I'm not quite sure about the phone number or anything, but we're right there at Dunlop and Ann. And yeah, my personal website is rogersellsrealestate.ca. So that's ROGER sells SELLELS realestate.ca. And my cell number is 705-623-7420. We're here to help. And yeah, whatever I can do. I have a little slogan on my billboard and some of my my business cards that says, buy and sell with me and you move for free. So if you know, you're looking for a listing and I help you sell and I help you buy, then, you know, with some conditions, we'll pay for your moving. So. No,
that's absolutely fantastic. Great to have you on the show. Nice to ask you a couple of questions and things I didn't know about. Seeing that we do work together, being a client of mine, always fun to catch up. Looking forward to seeing you at the networking events and getting out there and do what you do best. Obviously, I believe in everything that you do as well too. So thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot, man. And yeah, I'll get in a little bit of practice, and we'll definitely hook up for a round of golf come the springtime.
Yeah, hopefully I don't shank one into the trees right off the first tee box. That'd be a disaster.
Well, I've done that too. We all do, right? So it's just what it is.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
All right. Take care. All the best.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Midhurst. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpmidhurst.com. That's gnpmidhurst.com or call 705-413-3775.